Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me on another end-of-the-day watch list review, actually. That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go over the top stocks from the weekend watch list because we're out of stuff to do for this week. Everything hit. I love it when days like that happen. So, yeah, every weekend I do a weekly watch list, usually one or two hit throughout the week. This week I pulled one from every single sector, and it seems like every one of them ripped today. So it may just be the market overall, but I've got to find plays for the rest of the week. So tune in to me streaming every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll find some stuff to do for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So with that being said, a little bit about me. I am a smart money, dart pool, and block trade software analyst. I track large institutional hedge fund money, what they're doing, whether it's through regular block trades or through dark pool block trades. It allows me to see what's happening in the market before it really takes place. For example, if a stock is selling off, hedge funds may be buying into it. Nobody would be able to see that without this software that we're using from FlowTrade, because it really is a predictive, not a lagging indicator like most exponential moving averages, simple moving averages, RSI, stochastic. All of those are very, very reactionary, and they depend on history. And charts used to be 60% effective, and now they're really not, just because of machine trading. So if that has any interest to you, I know it does me. I have a tendency to go off on some pretty significant tangents, so I'm just going to try to keep it reined in today so that we can get through this video rather quickly. So just to recap, our stocks for this week were, and I have to get those over here just because I don't remember them all. I look at so many stocks every day. I know that it was got a list. Redfin, QDEL, Playboy, Cree, and Honeywell. Yes, those ones. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those up over here on the dart pool and block. Well, I'm going to pull up on FlowTrade, starting with Cree, and then we'll go Honeywell. Maybe. All right, so we did Cree. We'll do Honeywell, Playboy. Next, PLBY, and then was it Redfin? Let's see, Cree, Honeywell, Playboy, Redfin, and what was the fifth one? Sorry. Cree, Honeywell, Redfin. 1, 2, 3. Oh, QDEL. QDEL was the fifth one. And we should probably look at QDEL. Alright, so this was the analysis that I had done, that price action's in a good position looking at Cree. Before I jump into my charts, a couple things. For most importantly, all I ask in return for this is you hit that like button, subscribe, and while you're at it, turn on notifications. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithms, especially anybody who's into, it's a small content creator trying to break into the stock market. I'm not a big guru, I'm not a guru, I'm not charging you a monthly fee, I don't have a Discord I'm charging for, I don't charge for anything, all of this is free, okay? It's free. Everything I do is free. I pay for my own stuff and buy it, and we communicate, everything happens, but what I'm showing you and what I'm teaching you today is free, okay? I'm not going to ask you to pay me for it. So with that being said, there's no reason why you shouldn't hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your family, friends, loved ones, and join me every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, as I stream the top stocks, usually about 30, maybe 45 minutes. Definitely give you guys enough time to get prepared before they open, but it's very educational. We find some good stuff. Okay, now looking at the chart, the yellow lines are my notations and the direction of the algorithm. Purple lines are is the regular algo movement. White that you see is price action. You'll see some red horizontal lines. Those are block trades, regular ones. If you see a blue horizontal line, that is a dark pool block trade. And if you see a white line, it's a party. No, just kidding. it's a dark pool and regular block trade so close to each other that I couldn't separate them out to show you. Okay. 4-chart layout, 15-minute time frame. Okay, here we go. CRE, nice divergence that occurred on the 18th, right? We gapped up today and continued to run. So we did a gap, pullback, and continuation to run. Price action, when I noted this, would have been in this general direction, stating that we want to target up here. The algos continue to move upwards, staying within its channel. Look for potential little pullback and a continuation onto tomorrow. What CRE did on the chart was this. This is how that move looks on the chart. So CRE open, gives us an opportunity to get in, stack positive moving averages. Above we broke above the 200-day SMA on the 15-minute chart. I had a little alert there to go off. My alert went off, got in on the pullback, continued to run up, and that represents about a, let's see, do I have a measuring on here? Can I measure the move? Or is it just maybe, yeah. There we go. There's the move, right? 3% move, 85 to 87. You play options. You could make a pretty good penny on that. CRE has potential to continue on into tomorrow, mainly because it still has not reached its point of control or the mean, the 21 EMA on the daily. Its price target is 90, so there's another $5 in CRE for you. Okay. Next one I'm moving on to is Honeywell. Honeywell is a little slow starter. Had me a little bit worried. I'm still a little bit concerned about it. Let me tell you why. It's not moving as well as I thought it was going to do. Okay, we do have that block trade that's coming in and providing a little bit of resistance right here at 229.96. And while that's there and it's providing resistance, the algo is kind of flat, but it's still in kind of an uptrend, right? Break my rule here. I'm going to use red for the uptrend, right? The algo, however, is consolidating. I like to see it move up a little bit. Really, really flat there. We do have strong uptrending support, right? That's, some would say we broke it. Some would say we're right on it. I'm going to say it's too close to tell. This may be a pullback into support, starting to form some of these peaky, like I don't like these very gappy peaky things, super uncomfortable with it. Going to keep an eye on it in the morning. It may break this upward trend line support and then come back down. If that happens, we have an opportunity down to 226. Okay, this is what Honeywell looks like on the old chart. Alright, so, massive rip, pullback to supply zone, kind of dipping around there. I still like, get back here, that it did close above the 200 SMA, stack positive moving averages, right above the 50. We need that 50-200 SMA to cross. When that happens, look for explosive growth. Gonna definitely feel like that's gonna happen tomorrow. We've got a MACD curling around on the 15-minute chart. We've got a reversal signal on our squeeze, getting ready to set up. We did come up and touch point of control and VWAP highest volume. That's these levels here. So I'm not sure if that's going to be like, oh hey, we reverted to the mean, let's continue with the downtrend, or if it's a we touched it, let's regroup, we close above the 200 SMA, and let's continue on. So for me to be really, really interested in this position, I'm going to go ahead and look left, see if there's anything that's startling to me. I don't really see anything. I'd see a previous high at 231, which is the high that we hit today. So I'm going to set an alert at this level here. And if I can get up and above this line, we want to break through it, touch it, and we're going to give this to the end of this week, right? And we'll call it let's call it high touch. So we'll look back at Hun if it can go ahead and make that move to the upside. Not really. I've got the breakout alert. See, broke out alert, got in, got out. Okay, gonna get back in. Check it out. That's Honeywell. Moving on to Playboy. I mean, what can you say? It just continued its nice strong uptrend. Looks like it ran into some previous resistance, came back down and tested previous support. Pretty much textbook play. I watched it. It looked really good. We got in, we got out. We did what we were supposed to do. So continued uptrend support. I'm going to keep an eye on this algo. This algo did pull back. If it can't turn back around, and continue over to the upside. Then we may form a cup and handle, which would be cup and handle. Gonna keep an eye on Playboy. It's got a lot of short open interest, and it's a pretty good stock, in my opinion. I like playing it. And by good stock, in my opinion, I mean it's good to trade options, not hold forever. All right, moving on to Redfin. Redfin had me a little worried today, I have to be honest. This massive sell-off in the morning, which is this drop. Actually, we came back down. We found support with the algo. So the algo has created kind of its own little, I don't know if I can go from there, if I have to go from here. All right, kind of its own little uptrending support channel. And we'll go from here. And that's more of a wedge. This may be more of a channel. Yeah, it looks more like a channel. I'm going to keep an eye on it at this level here. I really need it to break out of this top. It's having an issue getting through the top. Price action, on the other hand, did its job. We used the regular block trade level at 48.03 as support. We've got kind of a, it's a very gradual uptrending support, so kind of a slow moving one. We failed to take out the previous low, but we're going to go in and we're going to rip for that tomorrow. So looking at, looking at Redfin on the chart. So choppy in the morning, right? Chop, 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 chop. Then it found support. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. Chop, 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 chop. We allowed the 200 to fall. We're using that as support the whole way down. Let me see if I can zoom in this a little bit. As you can see, we broke above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart, and we were using that as support all the way down. Tested VWAP, maintained VWAP, maintained the price above VWAP, which means we didn't necessarily bounce through it, have to come back and retest it. Barely broke the 21 EMA on the 15-minute chart, which was at VWAP, but at that point, I'll bet you on a higher time frame there was a crossover of some point, of some sort, maybe the 50 to the 200. We've got a very bullish moving average line up here. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, my 8's on top of the 21, on top of the 34. We're on top of VWAP. The 50's on top of the 200 SMA. RSI is neutral. MACD is neutral but increasing. We had a squeeze release, right? At the end of the day, squeeze release. So look for continuation, move back up to the mean. I'm targeting 55 on this. Taking profit probably at 53, which would be the VWAP highest volume. So if this truly wants to make me happy, it will pull back to, so we go from high to low, right? Right, a pullback to the 382 is the 34 EMA, which is also, right, that highest volume from the previous day, right? So pull back to there for a continuation move to the upside. That's what I'm looking to have happen, okay? That was Redfin, right? This is very bullish. It's a bullish chart. Getting ready for a MACD curl around. And it's negative but neutral increasing and slipping around. Okay. All right. And then the last one was QDEL. 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 All right. QDEL was probably one of my more favorite ones going into the week, simply because it makes massive moves like this. Okay. What I saw was it was making a Wu-Tang pattern reversal, 1, 2, 3 reversal, strong uptrend. A little bit worried, like everything else. The algo sold off in the morning, came back down. It did find support. We like it when the algo finds support. Price action is continuing to make its uptrend. The algo is vertical at this point, which indicates to me some strong net buying. All right, we've got this little uptrend that we're maintaining. You might want to call this like a rising wedge-ish, right? We do have some consolidation in this area here that we've got to get through, right? I should have changed colors for that, but there's some consolidation. I'm not gonna forgive myself if I don't do it. We have consolidation in this area here, right? So it's about a $3 range. I may get a little bit off on the consolidation, but the algo is pointing straight up. It can continue to drag price action up with it. Don't forget this gap. Don't forget the gap. Massive, massive gap. Yes, don't forget the gap on this. QDEL is probably like a sleeper. Like, this isn't one that's going to be blasted all over Wall Street bets, or, you know, Zip Charlie's not going to do a video on this one. Neither is, like, who was other good video people. Fifth Third Trading might do one. They're pretty solid with their finding diamonds in the rough. But yeah, if you look at this, this is just a parabolic pattern. Massive up, pullback, consolidation. Massive up, pullback, consolidation. Top and handle. Massive doji here. This John Wiki doji just took out supply and demand zone. So this is going to be the new base of operations. I'm going to say 119. We did break above the 200 SMA, right? So I had, coming in today, I had a level here that I wanted to see it get through. It got through that. It's currently pulled back to the 50 SMA. So this is kind of the exact, like, kind of similar to the last slide, but a little bit different in that we do have stack positive moving averages. RSI is a little bit oversold. We don't have a squeeze to help us out. MACD is neutral, like decreasing. So this one may break the 50 SMA on the 15 and come down and test, you know, a previous high, or to be a previous low, which would be that doji there. If it does, I wouldn't panic too much. I feel like it needs a good solid pullback before it can rip through. We still have the 50 SMA above us on the daily. The 200's way up here, 157. We're trying to revert to the mean, right, at least, which is the 21 EMA on the daily. 132.20 represents us coming up and testing. Come on. It represents us coming back up to this level here, right? Getting ready to fill the gap. So it may be a little choppy, it may be a little rough to get there, but I definitely feel like we can get up to that 132 level up here, right? So once we get that 50 to cross above the 200, we'll have our stack positive moving averages all the way down the board, and we can begin to feel like this has found its reversal. So with that being said, thanks for joining me. I really enjoyed our time together. I will be live in the morning finding some stocks for us to play tomorrow. And again, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. See you in the morning. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.